Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Many a True Nerd, and welcome to The Outer Worlds 2, which is finally out in fall, because, as you may recall, a couple of months back, I got my hands on this game very early indeed. But because it was so early, yes, I was only allowed to show you the prologue. Well, now the game's been released, and that means that, yeah, we could dive into the full experience, so, okay, how about we do precisely that? Unfortunately, yes, the save file I had previously from playing the prologue, that's not compatible with the main game. But honestly, that's good news, because that means I could build a new character using what I learnt previously. Now, some stuff we're going to be keeping as it was, like for example, these super awesome old school wooden prosthetic limbs. Those are staying, obviously. Along with the fact that, yes, my background is Professor, basically a slightly dodgy archaeologist who just fell into her current role as the game's protagonist. For traits, I'll take Brilliant, so yeah, I can have more skills active at any one time. Now, on this occasion, yeah, I'm going for Lucky. Bonus to crit chance, and on top of that, certain opportunities are just accessible to me because I'm lucky and do enjoy luck in an RPG. Luck is always delightful. 2 positive traits does mean I need to have a negative one though, so yes, I will once again take Sickly for reduced base health, so I'm gonna regret this, but fine, I'm sure it's all a-okay. And yes, this does mean I get 3 skills, not 2. Based on my experience with the demo though, yeah, I'm definitely taking hacking, because this is a sci-fi game, so there's a lot of computers and a lot of hacking to do, so yeah, that one can get tagged. I'll take Science 2 because, yes, Gadget Energy Meter affects my ability to use Slow Time and other fun gadgets, so yeah, that one could definitely stay, along with Speech. Speech is never going to be a bad idea in an RPG. And here we go into the game inside the cockpit of my very own ship, so, okay. What I'm going to do now is, yes, very quickly skim over the prologue, because 1, it's basically a linear tutorial, and 2, I've literally already played it on the channel. I will link to the video down below. But the short version is, I'm an agent of the Earth Directorate, basically sent out into space to keep an eye on those pesky corporations that were causing so much trouble in the original Outer Worlds. As a result, me and a few other agents, like my friend Niles here, have been sent to Arcadia to investigate the Protectorate, which is like an authoritarian cult space colony thing. More specifically, they've been toying with skip drive technology, which is making space-time go a bit wibbly, and that's bad. So we need to break in, rendezvous with my boss De Vries, steal a skip drive, etc, etc. As I say, this section is very linear and basically just a series of tutorials, like, you know, how to sneak, how to stab people in the back, etc, etc. That is useful for establishing that, yes, the Protectorate is 1, very bad, and 2, has a habit of doing sci-fi lobotomies to anyone who annoys them. Tragedy on the way though, yes, your friend Niles does get a bit, exploded. I wasn't allowed to say that when I was playing the prologue. Obsidian specifically asked me not to mention it, but yes, poor Niles does get a bit, blown up. And after a whole bunch of sneaking, shooting, hacking, whatever skills you happen to want to be practicing during the tutorial, here we go. We have now made it back to, yes, the exact spot I was at the end of my first video, so I assume this is the end of, you know, the tutorial prologue McGibble, meaning we can now skip into the game proper. You know, open world, exploring, all that good stuff.
Boy, damn it! Can't you get anything right? You were supposed to be dead already! And here I was certain an agent known for their academic pursuits would be slowed down by the chance to examine a culture none outside this colony had ever seen. Oh, an infuriating miscalculation on my part, but one that will soon be rectified.
Okay, so it turns out De Vries is, yes, a traitor, for, like, some reason.
You think I'd betray you, or the Earth Directorate, or my principals for a handful of bits? There is no betrayal here, though it is understandable someone like you would see it thus. No. The explanation is far more simple. The grand plan mandates this abomination of an experiment must die. And you along with it.
Right. Whenever someone starts talking about grand plans and abomination, you know they've got a bit off of the deep end, and yes, in this universe, there's like lots of isolated colonies dotted around space. I'm guessing you're from one where, yes, there was some sort of weird, culty, religious stuff going on. Because the word abomination is never a good sign.
There is no chance involved. This is no mere whim. This is happening as it must, and we have naught to say about it. Farewell, Commander.
Okay, so by the sounds of it, yes, she's sort of leaning into the idea of fate or whatnot. Still, no opportunity to ask any follow-up questions because apparently she's decided to, like, blow up the world or something.
The Sovereign's family has been killed by a naturally occurring rift anomaly. High priority alert to all Earth Directorate agents. Contact with Earth has been low.
Identified ships on the edge of Arcadia.
It's no longer just a spacer's choice, it's Auntie's choice. Greater value for your bid.
Arcadian citizens, we've come to deliver you from oppression.
Oh yeah, I've been out of it for a long time. Stuff is happening. Also, I do appreciate that my cryopod looks a lot like an old-style jukebox. That's delightful.
You're not hearing me, Val. They were out there for almost 10 years. You know what usually happens when someone left in suspended animation that long.
Explosive cell death may result from extended periods of suspended animation. Death occurs quickly as the human body rapidly liquefies.
Exactly. And it would be my fault it happens. Oh, I never should have stopped looking. I can't face the commander right now. Not like this. I'll be in the cockpit.
Well, on the plus side, Niles is less dead than I was expecting.
Welcome back to consciousness, Commander. An event summary will now be provided to improve your situational awareness, Commander. If you feel yourself beginning to liquefy at any point, please notify this unit immediately. Following an aggressive merger between Anti-Cleo's and Spacer's Choice, the new corporate entity known as Auntie's Choice invaded Arcadia. Auntie's Choice claims they are following market demands and liberating Arcadia through the power of capitalism. Many have died. Unfortunately, their invasion fleet also exacerbated the rift anomaly created by Agent DeVries' sabotage of Horizon Point. This means no ship can enter or leave the colony. The rift also remains a threat to the colony. Current estimations suggest the rift will destroy Arcadia in the next 10 years. Give or take 7 to 8 years.
So we're all trapped here. Everyone's about to be killed by a weird black hole McGibble. And yes, on top of that, one of the corporations from the original game is back and causing trouble once again. Got it. Oh, this is super cute, by the way. So, right, we're now back on the same ship we started in. But these days, there's loads of, like, you know, little planters growing crops and whatnot. Because it's been 10 years and the colony's been cut off. So, yeah, Niles had to, like, you know, convert some of the ship into straight-up food production in order to stay off of the radar a bit. Oh, that's super cute, actually, yes.
All these years and I still can't get my head around what Augustine did. Sacrificing our whole team. And for what? What did our blood pay for?
Oh, that I might be able to, like, you know, fill in a bit. Because, yes, there was definitely something to do with, like, you know, the grand plan, abominations, etc., etc. She just got a bit off the deep end. I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Oh, Commander. Thought you were Val. Glad to see you up and ambling about. And not, human stew.
And right. Turns out, yes, he didn't get away from the explosion completely unscathed. But I'm just not going to mention that, because that would be very rude.
DeVries. Would have been better if she joined the dead. I figured she'd done just that until I got the alert that she brought down the Earth Directorate satellite. If she's of a mind to, she could use the information on that thing to destabilize the Rift and destroy Arcadia. She was one of us, Commander. It's our responsibility to stop her. She's going to ground now, but as part of her original undercover mission, DeVries was inserted at the Vox relay station on Paradise Island. She then followed protocol, established a safe room there. Wager that's where we'll find clues as to her present plans and whereabouts.
And this here is precisely what I was wanting to jump straight into, because, yes, I'm assuming Paradise is going to be the first big open world, and this was the bit where the original Outer Worlds kinda didn't want 100% work for me. The planets you were visiting were just way too small, with not enough, exploration, etc, etc. I'm really hoping Outer Worlds 2 does a better job there, so, okay. Let's jump on down to the surface, start tracking down DeVries, and then hopefully get immediately distracted by 10 million other things that need doing. Though I can't deny I am immediately suspicious of, yes, the settlement of Eden on the planet Paradise inside the Elysium system. So, yeah, you know what, that name's overcompensating for something. I mean, I will give you, it does look very pretty. Okay, that's some nice plants over there, though, I played the original game. I know for a fact stuff's gone a very dodgy and wrong round here. Though this, I will say, is promising. Like, I'm not immediately in a small canyon that just forces me to go towards that town over there. Instead, yeah, there's something over there going whoople. I'm sure that's fine, don't worry about it. But yeah, there's also something over there, and stuff over here as well, so okay, this might be precisely what I flipping wanted out of the Outer Worlds 2. Still, before we jump into action, right, I have leveled up as a result of that business we just did. So yeah, I've got these attack skills here. So yeah, I could make those... No, don't immediately put points into there. Yeah, I've got my skills that already start at 2. But yeah, I'm going to put sneak up a tiny bit, just for, yeah, sneak attack damage. That'll flip it do, that's good. And then maybe one basic point of lockpicking, just so, I could get into basic containers. Right, I will mosey into town, just because presumably, blimey. Okay, more ships coming in, very dramatic. Yes, there might be a shop there, or something. So, yeah, mosey into town, get a better gun, get a better stabbing knife, but then I'm just wandering off into the wilderness, okay? Just one assumes that's going to be an advert or something.
At the risk of sounding glib, that ain't a good sign.
Correction. The sign seems to be functioning nominally.
Can't say the same for the trooper.
Right, we've got dead people floating around though. You see this? This is why we walked in this direction. Triple barrel shotgun, absolutely. And yeah, there's definitely signs of lots of trouble floating around here. Corpses cocking everywhere. This would be, yes, the whole Auntie's Choice invasion, etc, etc. Possibly they moved in to try and take over from the remnants of the Protectorate, which logically would have partially collapsed given the royal family, by the sounds of it, was killed when the station went kaboom. So, right. Keep on keeping on. Just going to mosey over to that lovely beachfront property while I'm passing by, because I'm never going to say no to a very obvious nearby source of loot, especially now I've got a new shotgun I want to try out. So yeah, I see someone over here, but there's no red on the radar, so you're chill. Hello there, Mr. Fisherman. Well, no one seems too interested in saying hello, but on the plus side, no one seems interested in stopping me doing a looting either, so take an advanced decryption key. Might just be useful down the line. Help myself to some lovely... Ooh. Sorry, did you just say plus 40% critical damage? Off our hats? Yes, my existing helmet gives me 5% base health. And I've got, yes, now a beanie that gives me bonus crit chance and bonus critical damage. I'm never taking this hat off again. Honestly, I feel ready to just run up to De Vries and take her on immediately, but yes, we may as well go into town and get the lay of the land here. Because I'm guessing as I arrive in town, like, I don't know, it'll come under attack from raiders or something. There'll be a good opportunity for me to try out my new shotgun sooner rather than later, I'm sure.
Welcome to Fairfield, now under the new and improved management of Auntie's Choice. I'd usually ask if you were affiliated with the previous regime, but you lack the bewildered gaze of a yay-saying protectorate subject. Even so, going to have to ask you to identify yourself. Still a war on and all.
Right, so that might explain why, yes, the fishermen were not particularly objecting to me stealing all their stuff. They're used to living in a society where you keep your head down and you don't cause trouble, or alternatively, you might get sent off for a sci-fi lobotomy. So, don't mention Earth Directorate, okay? I'm a Sprat Exterminator, and that's fine.
Huh. Really? Everyone knows we're cultivating our Sprat population for a new deep-fried snack line. So I refuse to fall for such a ham-handed attempt at dissemblance. Look, we're Auntie's Choice. Lying's fine. We downright admire it even, if you pull it off. Next time, try a little harder. End of the day, we let most anybody in. Bottom line's all we care about is our bottom line. That'll be all, unless you got any questions before you're on your way.
Right. Don't bother lying when it comes to Auntie's Choice. As long as you're coming in to spend money, they don't even care. So, yeah. Bare minimum, De Vries. Does that name mean anything to you?
As I've never heard of her, can't say I can. Seems like Minister Milverstreet knows everybody, though. Probably ask him. Anything else?
Right, that seems like a promising lead at least.
Oh, we got everything. One of them, at least. Clinic's over there on your left. Watering hole's a bit down on the right. Market's a straight shot down the lane.
Okay, market. That'll do as a starting point. And right, we've got the big old town hall there. Then, yeah, medical right here. You'll probably be the store on the right, but just out of interest, can we just moat in town and... yes, read everybody's diary. Brilliant. So... amazing. This is basically a sci-fi pamphlet they just handed out after moving in and taking over the district. And yes, that note at the bottom there. Use your newfound freedoms to ensure your destiny is filled with all the goodness bits can buy. Yeah, I can see why this society would struggle with this particular transition. So, before these guys came along, yeah, they were being ruled by an aristocracy who very much just told them what to do and they got on with it. Now they've been tossed into a very aggressive free market situation, so yeah, that would explain why people were struggling moving from Society A to Society B. But yes, this would be, no, that's a flipping pub, we don't need to worry about that for now. That'll be the law, one assumes. Right, where's the flipping market? We're starting there.
Come on, baby. I can't help you if you don't tell me what's wrong.
Oh, and I feel like as I'm wandering around town, people are just muttering their problems out loud like they are waiting for a protagonist.
You just stopping by to admire the mines, or is there something I can help you with?
Well, I would be interested to know, yes, what precisely you're mining, like what this society does or whatnot.
See this system here? It deploys extreme countermeasures against overhead attacks in the form of aerial explosives, oft referred to as sky mines by those who prefer brevity. However, the whole thing is currently non-operational. Some problem with the lifting mechanism. No lift means no sky mines. No sky mines means the enemy can blow in like a bad sail, and we'll all be passing in our bits before you can say, gee, nice weather we're having today.
Right, different kind of a mine. Got it. Ja, you really shouldn't let me toy with these. Like, I've just demonstrated to you, I am not qualified. But, with my science skill, even though I'm no good at engineering, I might be able to give you some good advice.
Are you loaded to the bulkhead? There is no universe where that works.
You know what? I don't care what she has to say. I think we can make this work. So, right, it literally says engineer on it, John. So, yeah, I figured we might need to have engineering, though if I could find the manual right. Given I'm not good at engineering, I need, like, the right book or other source of information in order to make this happen. So, okay, keep your eyes open for a book about sky mines, then maybe we can make that happen. And this makes a perfect sense, so, yeah. Right at the top of the town, like on the hill, that's where the store is. Naturally, in a society like this, the shops are going to be front and centre, so... okay, good sir, I'm looking for a new stabbing knife, please. Oh, you see now, this is just the thing. I've got a basic sentry blade right now, but for just a tiny bit of money, I could have a trip blade that looks a lot more powerful, and sure, it's slower, so the DPS is probably not that much better. But if I'm just using it for sneak attacks, then... okay, yeah, that we're buying. And I've already got a triple-barreled shotgun, but I can also buy mods for it, so increase the recoil, spread, and movement speed while aiming down the sights. Not bad at all. But of a greater interest, a plasma barrel, so damage is reduced, but stacks are burned. So, you know what? I'm going all in on a triple-barreled shotgun. I'm convinced. Okay, so, step 1, I've now got an awesome sci-fi scythe. 2, yeah, if we just head over to the workbench here, mods, etc. Gosh darn it, those are both, yeah, barrel mods, so I can't have both, but... you know what, never mind, I'm 100% having plasma, that's fine. Oh yeah, oh flippin' yeah, that'll cock a dough. Also, I'm gonna be honest, I was just, you know, poking around in the houses, looting, etc., etc. This, you know, handle by the toilet here appears to have just opened a, secret backstage area with a safe with blood in it, and compasses, and bracelets, and, I found De Vries' submerged tracker! That feels important! So, okay. Hence the blood. De Vries was here, she cut out her tracker, and just dumped it inside this container, presumably to try and, like, muffle the signal.
My cover story has worked. I am safely ensconced at the Vox station, assigned to the lowly Information Input and Retrieval Department. Seems a colony so certain of its absolute control over its subjects can be less than rigorous when it comes to security. I was able to easily widen out a space behind the walls of the main control room to establish my safe room, giving me unfettered access to the communication transfer conduits. I have hacked into their system downstream from the security protocols, so I am able to infiltrate their entire system with them being none the wiser. While I have little doubt as to the success of our mission, trepidation still gnaws at me, though I cannot say why. Perhaps it is simply the normal mission commencement jitters.
Right. A secret room that we might want to track down at some point.
I thought my duties complete. Information gathered, reports filed, preparations made. I'd even created a fictitious identity and work transfer to Horizon Point Station well ahead of schedule, in order to keep anyone from tracking my movements upon commencing the mission. All that was left was the waiting. Or so I thought. Then, troubling information came to light. I've seen the numbers. I've seen the equations. While I don't understand all of it, I understand enough to know it is the truth. And I am the only one in a position to act upon it. Though it means the betrayal of my team and the duty I swore to uphold. But can I?
Right. When she talks about, you know, numbers, and was talking about fate previously, she's got involved in, like, a cult of determinism. The philosophical idea that, like, in theory, there's no such thing as free will, because human brains just like, you know, chemicals and electricity and whatnot. So, if you could understand everything at a perfect atomic level, then you could just predict how everything was going to go forever. And if that's true, then there's no such thing as free will. It's just an illusion. So, right, possibly, yes, that's what's going on here. A deterministic cult of some description.
I did it. They are all dead. And I am still alive. I had not expected this. I had prepared no alibi, and so felt assured my ruse would be discovered and I'd not have to carry this burden. But the complete gullibility of the Protectorate subjects cannot be underestimated, it seems. My threadbare excuse of my grievous wounds as pitchball injuries was accepted without question. I can only keep telling myself it had to be done. Something which becomes harder by the day as the rift anomaly grows in the sky. But it was all part of the plan. Wasn't it?
But then she started to have some doubts, so right. It's possible we may be able to talk her round when the time is right. And okay, meanwhile in the inbox, yeah. Some stuff we don't fully understand yet. A message from Augustine to Savannah Lockwood, someone to look into. Mention of being in contact with Victor, no surname, but okay, keep your eyes out for a Victor. Then the time for action has come. Do you remember the cliffhanger ending of The Sentinels versus the Cult of Corporatism 6th chapter? I fear we're heading towards the same conclusion. Okay, if I find like a data book around, and maybe read it, specifically the 6th chapter. And better, a reply from Savannah, ultimately saying, I'm a hold-up in the Old Order Chapel. Right, look out for an old chapel of some description. We might find someone called Savannah there who could give us some information. And amazingly, yes, if I want to, I can just mosey straight on to the Vox Relay, try and infiltrate it, and yes, break into presumably that secret room that was just mentioned, though I feel like maybe doing that at level 2 isn't a good idea. Especially when I've not bothered to actually, spend my perk point, because I kind of forgot to do that. Oh, and there are some sexy ones here. Like, yeah, kill someone in stealth. 100% movement speed for 5 seconds straight onto the next person, so oh, that's gonna be a flipping, difficult to resist. Never mind, 5% crit chance with 15% crit chance against particularly strong enemies. Oh yeah, I'm never turning down crit chance, damn it. Okay, I feel like we understand the world a bit better, and also I've got an amazingly awesome if slightly garish shotgun, so let's mosey over and speak to, yes, the chappie in the town hall we were advised to go and check in with. Especially given, blimey, stuff's looking a bit dramatic in here.
Yet you see fit to keep me in a constant state of consternation. With each unauthorized act, you jeopardize our hold of Fairfield.
Yes, but you must understand, the Protectorate citizenry is a hair's breadth from defection. Within the week, I'm certain.
Certain. Like the week prior and the week before that. Impressive foresight you wield. Should apply to join the Order of the Ascendant.
It would be difficult enough to convert the stubborn populace without your soldiers' constant, ill-advised forays.
Enough! Your yipping reminds me of my 2 old canids. I loved those canids. You, on the other hand, are trying my patience. We don't want to try Auntie's patience, do we?
No, Auntie.
Yes, I thought not. Now, unless you care to see what life in the lower rungs looks like, you will both of you cease your foolish maneuvering immediately. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, Auntie.
Good. See that it is done. I will brook no more disappointments. And while you're at it, you might want to look into your security situation, Commander. I'm not accustomed to an audience when addressing my subordinates.
Who in the void? Eavesdropping on Auntie's choice business is like to get a body shot for spine. Though you're not wanting for moxie. I'll give you that.
Now hold a moment, Carr. When opportunity comes visiting, perhaps it's better not to riddle it full of holes. Our new compatriot may be of assistance.
A surprisingly good point, especially from you. She only forbade us using our own personnel. Be a whole other matter were a stranger to happen to aid one of us. But which? Well, you seem an observant sort, so I expect you'll tire of Milver Street's bluster soon enough. Come see me before agreeing to whatever absurdity he proposes. Unlike him, I have some work actually befitting your time. I'll be waiting.
Alone at last. I never thought she'd leave. Now then, allow me to introduce myself. I am D.B. Milver Street, Minister of Marketing, Duke of Demographics, Commercial Condottiere, President of Promotional Material. Tell me, do you believe in signs?
And right. Obviously, I'm going to be making this decision on the basis of fashion. You are wearing a giant hologram top hat. But your friend who was here a second ago, her armor looked like it was almost made out of stained glass or something like that. Was awesome, so... okay. There's some sort of option of blimey. Space Ranger perk would give me a special response here. Fascinating. But right, what are you planning to sell me, good sir?
I sell to the gullible and impressionable. You, however, seem a mite too clever to buy what I'm peddling. No, friend, I've got something better in mind for you. I do not believe in signs. I believe in opportunities. Right now, at this moment, you and I have an opportunity to save countless lives. But I'm hardly the type to beg and ask for nothing in return. Tell me, what do you desire of this island?
Jazz. I need to get inside the Vox relay. Just out of interest, Niles, what's your take on this guy?
With that hat? Absolutely not.
Is this a bad time to mention I can read lips?
Okay, I'm gonna be honest, Niles, you're getting dumped as soon as possible. How can you look at that hat and think, no, we don't like this guy? So, okay, good sir. I want to get inside the relay. That's where DeVries is.
Ambitious, aren't we? Easily the best protected location on Paradise Island. Hardly a place for a stroll. But if you assist me, I promise to get you inside. Better yet, helping me shall result in our saving dozens, no, hundreds of lives. Your conscience shall be renewed.
Right. Help the local powerful people around here. They might be willing to, help me out with the relay situation.
Auntie may demand Carr and I do nothing, but for each moment I remain inactive, dozens fall in meaningless combat. I seek a persuasive method of alleviating this conflict. The Protectorate utilizes a procedure known as mental refreshment to, ease the temperament of wayward subjects. The Ministry of Accuracy contains vital information about the process and where it is performed. This is the prize I seek. I previously sent a grafted soldier, Trooper Sealong, to retrieve said information, but I have not heard from her in some time. Consequently, I must presume the worst.
I'm not sure I want to give Auntie's Choice the secret of mental refreshment, which is just sci-fi lobotomies, as I was saying, so... yeah, I'm not sure about this at all.
One additional word of warning. The good Commander Carr shall not take kindly to your working with me, though that is a bridge most worth burning, in my estimate.
Okay, I'm not agreeing to anything for certain. I'll be back later, maybe.
You're here early. I expected you'd be on the receiving end of Milver Street's bluster until close to the end of time. Happy that ain't the case, as I can make use of you. I'm Officer Babylon Carr, head of aggressive acquisitions and persons elimination on Paradise Island. Let no one say I can't be official when circumstances merit. Now, not to say I question the presence of a wayward sightseer in the midst of a war-torn waste, but it might be safer for us both if I knew your purpose.
And I'm guessing, yes, you're going to be willing to help me into Vox Relay as well. The question is, what horrific thing do you want me to do instead?
I want the Protectorate war effort exsanguinated. You want into the Vox Relay. You help me, I help you. There's a particular holding we shelled early in the war, name of Euphoria Coast Automech Repair Center. Deserves a raising for the length of its blasted name alone. My scouts report recent Protectorate attempts to bring it back to functioning. I need the place sabotaged, lest Automechs return to aid the Protectorate war effort in droves. Should note, the ministers like to take our working together as a personal affront. Aid me, and I suspect he'll rescind any offer he may have made to you.
Right. So either we go on a bloody rampage for you, or we start handing over terrifying sci-fi lobotomy secrets to another agent of Auntie's choice, so... right, the Outer Worlds 2 is not messing about. Those are two very unappealing options right there.
Do you suggest that our good minister has lost patience with playing fair and now seeks to delve into the oily recesses of brainwashing? Oh, for shame. He's devoted to his half measures. I'll give him that. But he wouldn't have to wheedle and connive if he knew directness. Milver Street's grinning manipulation won't earn nothing but more of our own dead. Work with me.
I'm inclined to agree. If only because I feel like in the long run, yes, going in and dealing with, like, a factory is going to be less horrifying than handing one of the corporations in this world the secret to flipping sci-fi lobotomies.
Could be direct. Feign that you're an assistant of some kind, though you'd have to have some know-how regarding engineering. But a simpler path would be paying a visit to the Ministry of Accuracy, liberating some credentials. Yaysayers ain't capable of suspecting a piece of paper.
Okay, so she's not specifically insisting that people die. We go in, we just sabotage the factory, we sneak out again. Job done, no trouble. You know what? Sure, absolutely, I'm happy you're doing that. And okay, we're now starting to see how the world fits together. We've got, yeah, credentials we could go and get over here. Potentially, by the sounds of it, if I was an engineer, I could just talk my way into the factory this side of the world. But no, I am no engineer, so right, we're heading west. So, shotgun out, that is definitely the correct direction. Let's go and investigate, though. Oh dear. That's a lot of tents inside a walled enclosure. Okay, what's going on here? Because this seems worrying. Oh, never mind. I was just coming down to, like, you know, figure out what nightmarish thing was occurring. But instead I've just stumbled across a manual for sky mines. So, right, over to here. Use the manual and my robot hands to just tinker with the settings. Ideally, don't explode everybody. There we go. Tweak a few bits and pieces. Oh, this is cute. There go the sky mines. So, okay. Job cocky done.
Here. Managed to cobble some frags together from a damaged mine earlier. Who knows? Might get you out of a pinch one of these days. And seeing how expertly you worked, you may as well take this armor modification too. I'm sure you'll have an easier time installing it than I would.
Alright, so grenades and the ability to maybe hold even more grenades. Spot on. Right, out of town into the... Oh! Okay, there are bad things out in the world. Gotcha. Just to be a bit careful. Maybe when we're going into... Never mind. There's also Zeranium around, so... okay, basically, like, super bad radiation, don't stand inside it. Oh, and hello, Sexy. I think I see, yes, a Protectorate Wasp here. So, right, you're definitely hostile. Just if we can sneak up behind... Don't think we're going to be able to sneak up behind you. So, right, go into a slow mode. Line up a shot, take you out, and... Oh! Oh, you know what? I think my new shotgun will do the job. That's absolutely fine. So, also I've got companion abilities. What can you guys do? Just out of, like, interest. So, never mind, you already killed that guy. Well done. Next time, yes, let's figure out what your abilities are precisely. And, oh, there's still someone over there. Oh, hang on, is that what the yellow bar under your thing is? Like, you know, the ability for you to use your abilities. Right, so he taunts enemies, and then fires 3 shots to target. So, yeah, he can just sort of tank a bit. And Valerie heals me. Gotcha. So, okay, back on the path here. This seems to be going in the right sort of direction. Yeah, step 1, get some ID out of this old structure. And there is, right, Raptidons.
Seems nowhere on Paradise
If we
Island's going
can get behind you, great. I'm decent at sneaking these days, so let's just sneak up behind you and sneak up. Never mind. Okay, just guys, Operation Sneaking didn't go very well. Operation Sneaking could have gone better. Can you guys just, like, deal with this for a second? And Did you just turn invisible? Also, I'm being attacked and also... Okay, hang on. This has all gone a little bit on the wrong side. Line up a shot. That's good. That's good right there. There's some more bird damage. Great. Everything's fine, right? And everything's not fine. Okay, so in this game, you've not got that much health, all things considered, as it turns out. So, right. Be a bit careful going forward. Raptidons hit bloody hard. So yeah, just check if there's anything nice floating around the sea here, because I see... presumably a former, yeah, like, fisherman outpost round over here. Now, you I recognise. Yeah, I need engineering or brawny to crack open this door. Any other way in? Because those I can't hang on. Hacking of 3. Gosh darn it, we can't do that either. So, yeah, sufficient hacking might have got me inside, but not today. I'm 1 hacking short. Okay, bare minimum, I can use my inhaler to, like, you know, perk myself up a bit. But that does lead to, yeah, the green toxic bar filling up too. And as a result of that, yeah, that fills up. I have a crash, which sounds bad, so let's not do that. And I've also only got so many charges, so, okay. We're going in, but this is, yeah, optional. I could maybe just work my way in without this, though. Okay. Kind of like this architecture with a really, you know, upset, angry face on it. Now, oh, I see red on the radar. So yeah, you don't know precisely where the enemy is. You've got, like, a vague idea. This door's barred shut. Right, that's the way out. Go back over to shotgun. Shotgun did the job just fine. Okay, we've upgraded the shotgun. May as well use it. You're dead, and I didn't kill you. It's alright. Maybe a tiny bit concerning there. Eyes open. More corpses. Probably a Raptidon in here somewhere. Don't go in there, though. Provisions! Right, so recipes, resources, etc., etc. Don't forget, you've got, like, you know, the grenades. Grenades are good. Also, grab a crafting materials while I'm passing by. No reason not to. Question is... Okay. Activate a barracks door system. Fine. Let's open that door. Is this all? Or I just saw movement. Right, I can now get in and out here. Back way. What is going on in here? Grab all of you. Just be ready to toss in grenades. If that's necessary, because I know something is... Oh. That's more than one. You know what? Congratulations, guys. You get a grenade. That is what grenades are for. Alright, you see a cluster of enemies, toss it in. So this will be the main structure. Right up here. I'm not seeing any sign of trouble yet, though. Never mind. I'm definitely hearing signs of trouble. So, okay. Grab everything. Is there any way I could get up without going in the front door? Don't see one.
Ain't as tough as you thought.
And there's someone here.
Hey you! Get over here before you get yourself killed.
Hello! Are you a new companion by any chance? Because you've got a name and you're standing right in the middle of, yes, potentially like an important location. Because if so... Oh, Niles, I've got bad news for you. But you shouldn't have had wrong opinions about that guy's hat.
No, you ain't got what I need. And you can't come stumbling around here looking like prey. These raps ain't had a bite to eat since their pods dropped from the look of it. And a desperate rapt is a dangerous rapt.
Yes, I feel like you've definitely got some, you know, companion energy radiating off you right now. Though, oh, I wouldn't have noticed that, but that's true. Now you pointed out speech options. There is something a bit weird going on with your arm over there.
Mind yourself now. I don't know my life story to someone I ain't even properly acquainted with. What is it you're doing round here?
Okay, I'm guessing there's some horrifying corporate reason for the fact your arms are wobbly. But yes, I'm looking for a way into the Ark. I'm going to be honest with you to see how you react.
Oh, that's a high-profile target. Huh. If she entrusted that to you, then I reckon we're on the same side. Or something like it. I'm Inez Silung, Auntie's choice. Former combat medic in the Enhanced Soldier Division. Now, menial troubleshooter. Minister Milver Street of Fairfield sent me here to retrieve some information. Not my most exciting assignment, but suppose we can't expect much with the stalemate on this island. I'll admit I was eager for some good hunting around here. My arm, my graft, needs some bolstering. But if the raps here are as weak as this one, it won't help me none.
So, yes, you've been modified, but I'm guessing it's a bit of a double-edged sword. Oh, that is true. You've got, like, you know, an extra thing sticking out your back over there, I think. So, oh dear. Just out of interest, does the third arm do anything?
Other than punch a hole in my armor, cause Huel at the saloon to yell in consternation? Not much. At present. I'm considered a liability. My graph's all wrong. Most everyone else who got one passed or became permanently incapacitated. So they shuttered the program. It was a total failure. Everyone in Fairfield reckons my time will come soon too. But I'm still mostly upright. For now.
Oh, right. It was like, you know, a super mutant thing, trying to create super soldiers. Except most people either died or became super soldiers. You ended up in the middle. And now as a result, yes, I'm guessing there are problems with that you need to solve, so... okay, I look forward to your companion quest being about that in future. For the time being, yeah, this place doesn't seem too big. So just watch out for... oh. You're just a baby. Oh, there's so many more, though. Right. There's a group of, like, 3 here. I could get one without the rest of them realizing, and that'd be good. Sneak attack, good. I feel like the rest of them... okay, the sneak attack was a bit of a one-use only thing, so no, just get up the shotgun. Just trust the shotgun, John. The shotgun works fine. I think I'm being poisoned right now, so you just go down, but yeah, babies my companions can deal with. Okay, against groups, maybe don't go for the sneak attack. That doesn't work so well. Also, oh! There we go! Healing ability from What's-Her-Face. Also, I think you guys are shooting the ceiling right now. This is slightly embarrassing for you. How about the ladder, guys? Use the ladder, pop up top, everything's gonna be fine. So I suspect... yes, there's another one up there. You are a Raptidon Spitter. I've hit you with a Burning Gibble. You burn to death. Beautiful. There we go. Nice, easy mini-dungeon just to warm us up. So, print a Euphoria Coast Pass McGibbler. And there we go. A bunch of XP. And I can now just walk in the front door of that factory. And I even get to level up for my trouble. Beautiful. Right, under the circumstances, I'm having, yeah, a pointing guns, but also, I'm putting a hack up to 3. Because that means if I just nip back down to the coast for a second, here we go, hack 3, just to give this a bit of a prodding. One assumes that cracks open the door, and it's better be flipping worth it. 1 trauma kit, instant revive, and an advanced decryption key. Presumably useful for something. So okay, just a fast travel back to town, and yes, given the shotgun is kind of carrying me right now. Oh yeah, ammo is cheap. I will happily buy a lot of that. And by the looks of it, yeah, to get to my next destination, we just need to follow the coast in this direction. So okay, keep on heading eastwards towards the sea. There's something over there, but that's not our destination. Yeah, we can now follow the road, and the sun's come up, so just the Vox, don't worry about it. Yeah, I can now bloody see what's happening. And remember, when we get to this facility, we just walk in as if we own the place, because... that's just an arboreal screamer. That's fine. I'm sure it's not a problem. I think it's just like, you know, a sci-fi monkey. Hello there. Lovely to meet you. As you can see, my paperwork is all in order.
By orders of Marshal Donaldson, no one comes or goes to the Automech Repair Center without approval. What's your business here?
And funnily enough, good sir, I have permission to be here.
Now you've done it. Slowing down a ranking protectorate official is worth 10, 20 demerits if you're lucky.
All right, let's not lose our heads over a simple misunderstanding. You're free to pass. Marshal Donaldson likes to greet new arrivals personally. We'll let him know you're inbound, so no one shoots on sight. Oh, and fair warning, watch out for Zeranium gas. We sprung a leak.
So alright, as a result, we immediately gain access to this facility. Nobody shoots us, everything's nice and calm. Do we may need to, yes, talk our way past some more people yet. Speaking of which, yeah, I'm taking a speech up to 3, given we just leveled up right there. And yeah, I'm gonna take sneak a tiny bit up too, because we might need to just sneak in, though. You know what? No. I'm gonna take a single rank of engineering. Is one rank of engineering gonna be enough? It's probably not, I'll stick with sneak. Also, sorry. Did you just say double sneak attack damage from shotguns and bonus damage to nearby enemies? Oh, abso-flipping-lutely. So, okay. Keep on keeping on. No one's yelling at me yet. Everything seems to be fine. There's the Marshal. Just gotta talk my way past him. Then, yeah, get in, push the self-destruct button, and start cocking running.
What in the name of the architect? Oh, right. My guards told me to expect a new arrival, right before our chief mechanist decided to harangue me with the latest on our catastrophe.
Marshal, you're acting as though I'm not standing here arguing the impending doom of this facility.
Woodrow, normally I would be obliged, nay, happy, to receive your senseless jawing, but not today. Perhaps this outsider can assist where you've failed. I hope you've come to help, because a crisis is bearing down on us, and I've a dearth of reliable hands with which to manage it.
Perfect. Make the crisis worse and then just walk away.
We've got a gas leak, if the color of the sky hadn't already informed you. Like you, me and my consternated head technician are new arrivals, though we may not last long if we fail to repair the Zeranium leak. The Vox relay station needs our automechs. But until that leak is fixed, this facility is a target for the sport of Auntie's armaments. Delphinia Bryant is working on a prototype Zeranium shield. Whoever uses it will be less disposable and more useful to the Protectorate.
And okay, grabbing the shield while I'm passing by, not a bad thing either. Still, I think I'm starting to see, yes, what we're looking at here. Weird gas McGibbles. So, right. Let's go speak to Delphine What's-Her-Face before we actually step inside there. Here we go, off in one of the side rooms here.
Oh yes, I adore interruptions. I was just saying, what's best for stoking the spark of invention? Regular disruptions to one's train of thought. Now what is it you want?
Look, I'm willing to test out your stupid Zeranium shield, McGibble.
Alas, while I'm occupied with inventing this shield gadget, I also find myself in need of assistance regarding its key components. Now here, you'll need this apparatus. It's for collecting stray Zeranium effluvium. Gas, that is. My supply is running low from all the iterative testing I've been performing. Merely activate the device once it's inside a Zeranium cloud. The one around the main hangar specifically.
So just step inside the gas. I'm taking a little bit of damage here. Or rather, no, I'm filling up my toxin meter. That's fine. Like, that barely hurt at all. That's not a problem. I thought you said the stuff was dangerous.
What did I tell you? Perfectly safe. Either that or you tolerate Zeranium poisoning like a champ. Good for you. Should you suffer from any lingering symptoms of contamination, visit the medical center and they'll get you squared away. Now, on to business. The device already generates a field exactly as specified, albeit on a very small scale. Still, progress is progress. What's needed now is something to help extend and shape the field around the user.
Right, more to do yet, and potentially I could bypass this with some engineering.
I require a component called a catalytic amplifier. You'll be pleased to learn there's one right here at the facility, in the Dragoon that's patrolling just outside.
Okay, I'm concerned with what you're about to ask me to do here.
One last thing. The Dragoon must not be harmed. Not only would the amplifier likely be damaged, but we'd both be summarily executed, assuming we survive the firefight that ensued. Well, off you go. Shoo.
Okay, she doesn't want me to blow up the thing. That's fine. Just, yes, maybe speak to Woodrow, the chappie we already were speaking to previously. How about we just go up to you? No, we can't interact with you directly. Woodrow, old buddy, old pal, how about you just hand over that catalytic amplifier?
She and I have been over this 100 times. Please understand, the original staff of this facility were rounded up and refreshed because they couldn't safeguard a protectorate asset. Why should I follow their example by reducing our sole working Dragoon to a pile of unpatriotic scrap? I can't. I won't.
Okay, but what if I had... Oh, I'm so glad I took speech up to 3.
That's a fair point. It's not as if they've come back to finish the job. Perhaps they assume we're already beaten. All right, how's about we get the Dragoon situated over here, so I can extract its vital organ?
All right, job conquered done. And there we go. That's now a brand new flipping gadget. So, yeah, a temporary shield that works against not just uranium, but damage in general. Beautiful. Okay, meanwhile, just slipping back to, yes, the Marshal. He wants me to be careful in case the situation gets worse, and would you mind, like, fleshing out that statement a bit?
Why in law's name would you want to know that?
Because, okay, I need to understand what not to do, Marshal.
Good thinking. I suppose if some computational greenhorn left even one of the intake conduits open and shut down the uranium flow, that'd be a disaster. Good thing we don't make rookie mistakes in my unit. Any further questions?
Intake open, uranium closed. Got it. So, okay, all we need to do is make it over here. Problem is, yeah, where precisely are the safe spots I can make use of? Well, I guess we'll find out by just running inside, so, right. That's a safe spot right there. Oh, guys, I would stay outside, maybe. Like, being inside, maybe not a great idea. So, right, hack 2, that we could do. Here we go, just crack open the doors to give myself a good way in. But yeah, we're basically already there, so just activate shield, straight through, activate thing, and... Am I currently dying? Yes! Seal room vent gas! Brilliant! Okay. That's very positive. There's also an auto dock here. So yeah, charge up my lovely inhaler, get on my health back. Okay. Now this'll do. Just got to, yes, consider whether I want to. Never mind. Okay, guys, no, don't do that. Don't do that thing. That thing you're thinking of doing, don't do it. All we need to do is, yes, do the thing we were told to do. So, hang on. Check the current status, and it was, yeah, the intake conduits are open, so we need to shut off the flow. Right? So, yeah, initiate uranium flow shutdown, and then basically run, because then bad things will happen. So there we go. Disregard all safety measures, etc., etc. Just do that, and then I think we should start running at this point, potentially. So, basically, have fun with your facility, which is definitely not about to explode. Honestly, I'm a tiny bit disappointed about the lack of an explosion so far. I was really looking forward to a giant explosion. Anyway, back to my kind of friend over here in town, because yes, the job is most definitely done. And yes, indeed, the repair center is dealt with, and because it hasn't exploded, I haven't even technically killed anyone yet, okay? This has been completely bloodless, aside from raptidons, but they don't count.
Scouts reported a plume of smoke thick and wide billowing from the facility. Sure didn't seem to be mechanical exhaust. Got more to report?
And okay, I can't go into details about how I approached the problem, but I can mention, yeah, the grafted soldier.
Trooper Sealong was one of my best enhanced soldiers, but never took to her grafts. Been uncertain what I could rely on her for. So Milver Street holds her contract. At least for now.
Okay, we're gonna need to, get her free from that at some point. Got it.
Now, let's talk helping you. There's a bridge gating entry to the northern part of the island. You want to get to the Vox? First step is getting through it. There's an alternate path, but it's blocked by Zeranium. I'll order my troops at the forward operating base to aid you, and you'll punch through together. From there, your target's the Skycutter Tower. Seems it was recently reactivated, and by our engineers' metrics, might be useful in overloading the Vox's defenses.
So there we go. We've helped her, and now we've got some assistance dealing with the Vox when we're ready to move against that. Beautiful. But more importantly, right, she's just given me my first, legendary weapon. So right now, yeah, I've got a basic triple-barreled shotgun. She's given me a special one with a tracing unit, so, okay, if I shoot my enemy in their weak spots, my companions prioritize them and do bonus damage as well. And there's also just bonus weak spot damage in general, so, okay, that's a nice improvement. Still, I would say having wrapped up a pretty big important mission, how about we wrap things up there, but, okay, I will say, I'm quite liking what I'm seeing here. Like, for me, the biggest problem with the original Outer Worlds was always, just the worlds were way too bloody small. But yeah, this is just, the starting world. And it feels big and interesting and worth exploring, so, yeah, this feels like a nice step up over the original Outer Worlds to me. And as a result, yeah, I think I might want to spend a little bit more time figuring out what I think about this, so, do not be surprised at all if, next week we dive into this a bit deeper in a live stream or whatnot. So, yes indeed, keep your eyes open for that, and we shall flipping see. But in the meantime, I've been John, this has been Many a True Nerd, and this has been the fascinating Outer Worlds 2. Thank you very much, and goodbye. If we just hide the bodies, nobody needs to know about this. Yes! My stupid plan has worked! It turns out I'm a genius! The giant rat scorpion is not gone! Oh, hang on, there's more yet, though. I'm still being very shocked. Guys, where's the NCR? Nobody needs to know.